Breath of the Wild was a very important game. At least I think so. I know it was important for me and for a lot of my friends, and I think in general it was pretty important for the gaming industry as a whole. I'm not saying it's a good game, and I'm also not saying that it's a bad game. I'm mostly just trying to say that there's really a lot to talk about here. That being said, probably everything worth talking about in this game has been talked about by someone who's probably a whole lot better at talking than I am, and also probably significantly smarter than I am. Except for one thing. There's one thing about Breath of the Wild that I genuinely do not think I have ever heard anyone discuss. Leading up to the launch of Breath of the Wild, there didn't really seem to be a whole lot that appealed to me. For years, I have been a huge Zelda fan, playing some of the games literally countless times. And I do mean literally. At the beginning of January 2017, I simply just wasn't sold on this game. I had seen the trailers, I had watched the E3 showcases, everything, and I just didn't really care. However, all of that changed on the evening of January 12th, 2017, during the first large Nintendo Direct showcasing the Nintendo Switch. For the most part, this showcase seemed to be relatively consistent with my expectations up until that point. The Nintendo Switch appeared to be a rather novel concept, at least. Once again, I just wasn't hooked. However, that's when Nintendo defied my expectations by exceeding them. At the end of the Direct, in true Nintendo fashion, they announced that they had one last thing to show off. That, of course, was a new trailer for none other than The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Except me and my friends who were watching with me had no idea what they were showing off. For all we knew, it really could have been anything. The trailer began with a shot of a large open ocean, accompanied by a rather somber piano piece. The camera panned upward to reveal the rocky cliffs on the shore, and then another cut to show the seagulls flying above. I'm showing footage for the trailer in this video, but I just can't stress enough how gorgeous all of these views look. The beachside, jungle, desert, tundra, mountains, trees, it was just so gorgeous and magical at a time where I really had no idea what to expect. And then the first indication that this was indeed a Zelda game, the Koroks flying, and right after that, the Master Sword. At this point, I have to admit that my excitement for this game manifested in an instant. And I think a whole lot of that had to do with the music that was playing. It was a soft, mysterious, understated, and even maybe elegant song. But then, as our protagonist Link is revealed on a cliffside looking over the various hills and fields of Hyrule, the music bellows into this loud, bombastic, adventurous piece. And it was just, so good. And then the voice acting, it was just so crazy to hear voice acting in a Zelda game. Now, I have to preface that at the time of this trailer, they were showing the Japanese voice acting with the English subtitles, but if anything, that kind of just made it a little bit cooler. It was so mysterious and, as dorky as it sounds, a little bit anime. And then the music just explodes with this loud, exciting bit. And you see Ganon, you see the enemies. There's Guardian, Stone Taluses, the Moldugas. Of course, we had no idea what these were at the time, but it just looked so grand and exciting. And honestly, I'm not even reading a script at this part. I'm just so excited, and I'm going off about all these things and how emotional it was at the time. It was just absolutely nuts. And the music is just was so good. I can't get over how just fucking good the music was, really. I really feel that the music playing totally encompassed the vast scale of the sceneries they were showing off and the adventure of Link running around them. And then you see Zelda, and it just really seems like the narrative in this was going to be so much bigger, so much grander than anything that had come before it. There's scenes of Guardians destroying Hyrule, and I was just very emotional, but nothing made me more emotional than the part where the music just cuts out and Zelda starts crying, and I know it's cliche, but holy shit, at the time, I I just didn't even know what to think. It was insane that a Zelda game that I thought, maybe Zelda wasn't such a big deal anymore, but the fact that it made me feel all these emotions again, uh, it just captured me so well. And this isn't very academic. I'm not explaining anything super well, but it just made me feel so happy. Once again, I had seen the previous trailers and I had watched almost all of the E3 2016 footage of the game, but nothing that they had shown off there even held the candle to the environments and the way that they were presenting them here in this trailer. And then the nail in the coffin that just sealed the deal for the whole thing. Breath of the Wild was going to be a launch game with the Switch. That was just such an incredible way to end the trailer at the time. The only bad thing with this trailer, and it's not even the fault of the trailer, is that the song isn't in the game. It's just not there. And honestly, what a tragedy, because I just love so much everything about the music that played in this trailer, and I just wish it had been in the game. So why am I talking about this? What's the point, right? Honestly, there really isn't one besides reminiscing about a memory that's just really important to me and that I hope other people share with me. If there is anything to take from this video, it's that something as silly as a trailer for a video game that aired almost 2 years ago can be important to you, and that's okay. I loved this trailer so much, and it was so important for me that I made a stupid video in a night about why I loved it so much. And I kind of just hope that maybe I can pass on that love to people who forgot about this trailer, or maybe even just never knew it existed in the first place. Hey guys, so this is the first video like this I've ever made, and it was a bit of a process. I'm sure it's an absolute mess. Half of it was scripted, half of it was just rambling. Obviously, this part right here is rambling. I'm pretty bad at this, but I guess if you like this video, let me know, and maybe I'll make something else like this at some other point. Um, Suggestions and recommendations are always welcome. And also, if you love this stupid, dumb trailer as much as I do, please let me know in the comments, because sometimes I feel like I'm crazy and that I'm the only one who remembers that this little gem exists. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.